People who absorb other people's energies tend to attract people that are manipulators. They tend to attract people that may be narcissists, what some people call energy vampires. And people who absorb other people's energies tend to feel weighted down from being around certain people and tend to attract people that end up using that to their own advantage. Now, unless someone learns what I'm about to share in this video, it may put someone on a path of a lot of pain, a lot of having to constantly set boundaries with other people. And there's a few little ideas once you begin to absorb into yourself in a positive way, not like absorbing other people's negative energies, that make all the difference in the world. I know for me, when I applied these techniques that I'm about to share with you, it completely changed the way that I carry myself. I ended up feeling more in my own body, safer in my own frame of reality. And ultimately, people began to respond to me in a new way because of this way that I ended up holding my energy. Now, the first thing to understand about someone that can absorb other people's energy is that first off, at a certain level, everyone has a certain capacity for feeling and tapping into other people's energies. Now, of course, there's different levels of this. You could argue that narcissists or certain types of energy vampires don't, but ultimately I believe they do because they're using that to absorb other people's energy. It's just that they don't care. But when it comes to this, understand that the rate at which you absorb other people's energies is in proportion to the frame that you have, you feeling safe in your own body and understanding that other people's energy is not your responsibility. For so long, as kids, many of us have had to tune to our environment, tune to other people, asking, is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? And the challenge is that then we end up growing up, tapping into everyone else, absorbing their energy, because there is a belief there as well, by the way, that says, I am responsible for other people's energies. It is a survival mechanism I use to tap into your energy to know, is it safe for me? So what really feels draining for somebody that is attracting narcissists, energy vampires, manipulators, or just absorbing too much of other people's energies, the interesting thing about it is that it's a pinging of other people's energies, and a belief is there that says that my energy is at the disposal for everybody else. So in an interesting way, it's like a tuning, a constant tuning into other people's energy fields in order to feel safe on the inside, in order to be able to finally relax. So when it comes to absorbing, what you're really absorbing as well, you think, here's the funny thing about it, you think that you are absorbing their energy when in fact you are also getting a payoff from it. The payoff you are getting is the feeling of feeling safe, of feeling like I can fix this other person. I can do what this other person wants, and by doing what they want, I can then feel safe inside of my own body. So in an interesting way, this is the interesting thing about empaths and narcissists, by the way. And not everyone likes when I share this, but it is a wake-up call for many people, and that's why I do share it. When you talk about an empath, somebody that can feel other people's energies, someone that may absorb other people's energies, which is created out of a survival mechanism to feel safe as a kid many times, tuning to mom and dad, saying, how do I need to be? Am I good enough? Am I not causing tension? And there's an ability to feel at such a level that sometimes they take on the responsibility of other people's energies. And then on this side, you have the narcissist who is controlling, who is manipulative, who demands you to be a certain way and gaslights you and manipulates you in certain ways. Now, both of these energies end up attracting each other many times because there's something to learn. There's a lesson that hasn't been learned yet. Now, it's funny, if a narcissist were to go up to someone that was healthy in their own frame of reality, the stuff they get away with, they wouldn't be able to get away with it. Someone with a healthy frame of reality would say, what? And they would see the red flags and they would walk away. But the lesson, it didn't pull them in. It didn't hook them in. So the lesson for the empath is to learn how to establish boundaries and how to be in their own frame of reality. Because as much as the narcissist is manipulative of the empath or the person that can feel other people's energies is also getting a form of energy exchange that feels good to them. They're getting someone else's strong sense of reality. They're getting that of validation and approval. They're getting to play the game. Have you ever been around someone that's maybe hard to please, and you just keep trying to please them, and they don't give you that validation very often, but when they do, it feels so good that you remember all the other parts that weren't healthy? Well, that's the dynamic between the empath or the person that can feel other people's energies and the narcissist. But the thing to become aware of, not in the way of shame, but both dynamics are manipulative to get their needs met. One is overt, one is covert. So the key to this is, I'm not saying you need to feel shame, feel like, oh, there's something wrong with me. I'm not saying, all I'm saying is become aware of what the payoff is. Because unless you become aware of what the payoff is you're getting from absorbing other people's energies, you will continue to live in that pattern. And the payoff may be, it may be a story. It may also be a belief. I absorb other people's energies. I am a martyr. I am someone that is always and there's an energy and attention that there gets from that. I was always the person in the family that took the brunt of the energy in the family. So ironically enough, there's this almost drama that comes with it that feels somewhat addictive. I've had times where I cut drama out of a certain area of my life, and I can feel that it's almost like there's a part of me that's so used to it that it will try to create it in other areas. Well, maybe some people are in our lives to show us that we have a certain belief and a certain drama energy that we are attached to. And maybe there is a certain energy as well of getting to fix other people. Because what energy do you tolerate that other people don't tolerate? Think about that. If you absorb other people's energies, it may also be you just aren't in alignment with a certain type of person anymore, but you have tolerated and normalized a toxic energy. Because you probably wouldn't come to me this video and be like, I absorb people's energy. I'm around a lot of positive people and I just keep absorbing positive energy and it's a problem. It wouldn't be an issue. There are certain people you are around that you will feel very excited to be around. You will feel very enlivened to be around. You will feel like it sparks something inside of yourself. You will feel more aligned than ever. And to absorb that energy isn't a bad thing. However, if you need that energy, that's where you want to become aware of where are you generating the energy from. Because if you are generating the energy from outside of yourself, that's one of the things you can become aware of, is to generate the energy from within. With your own alignment to your purpose, with your own alignment to your own authentic self, and then you won't tune so much to other people. You won't absorb other people's energies in the negative way. So it's not that you want to necessarily learn how to stop absorbing energy. You want to stop absorbing negative energy, which means you must get in awareness of what part of yourself has tolerated toxic energy, normalized toxic energy. And until you become aware of that aspect of yourself, you will continue to attract people into your lives that drain your energy and then saying, I don't want to absorb negative people's energy. But in fact, it's about becoming aware of the energy you are embodying and whether you feel safe inside of your own body. Because if there is a rule, if there is a pattern from the past that says, I can only feel safe when I am tuned to mom and dad, and if I am being exactly who mom and dad want me to be, what happens is if we are tuned to them wondering, am I good enough? Am I safe? Am I doing what you want to do? Am I causing you tension? And then they give you a little bit of validation or approval and you feel really good. And then you keep looking for that dopamine hit. And then now mom and dad may not be the center of focus, but now it's boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, boss. That same energy may be on autopilot. And it's all stemming from, I don't feel safe inside of my own body. I must tune to other people and absorb their energy. Now, here's the interesting thing too. Let's go back to the whole narcissist and empath thing for a second. So a narcissist, someone that can feel someone that can't feel other people's energies, that will manipulate and control other people to get their needs met. The empath, who can feel other people's energies, tend to attract each other. And there's a lesson to be learned. For the of course, for the narcissist, it's to learn how to be more empathic and how to be more thoughtful and not so manipulative. And for the empath, it's to set boundaries. It's to stand in your own power. It's to not be a doormat, to not be pushed around. And until you learn the lesson, these continue to attract each other, this pattern, this energy dynamic. And sometimes the lesson is no more, I'm done. However, let's be honest. What else are you getting from attracting the narcissist? Could it be that you are getting that of their strong frame? They have a toxic frame that is rooted in a toxic sense of self. However, they have a perceived grandiose self normally. Yeah, they're very sure of what they want, or they control and manipulate, and they'll gaslight you. What is gaslighting anyways? Gaslighting is distorting your sense of reality to their sense of reality. But here's the thing. They have a sense of reality. Might be a false sense of reality. Might be a toxic sense of reality. But they have a projected sense of reality. Which if there isn't a strong sense of reality or a strong sense of frame on this side, that can be very attractive. You're getting something from it. You're getting the certainty. And if you don't feel safe in your own body, you will look for certainty. Even though it's certain toxic energy, and it's certainly manipulative, it is certainly there. Because who else is going to put up with the narcissist, the energy vampire, the manipulator? Some people they can manipulate, I guess, but ultimately, their only options are people that have this naive energy of being able to distort their frame of reality. They don't attract people that have a extremely strong sense of reality where they're going to butt heads. It won't last that long. So the key here is understanding what is the payoff you're getting from attracting an energy vampire, a manipulator, and is there a part of you that likes to be manipulated? You don't like it. You know it's painful. It may not be pleasant, but there may be a part of yourself that has normalized that kind of energy. And then when you're actually in a healthy relationship or you're talking to someone in a healthy dynamic, you may be like, this is boring. There's nothing here. Not understanding and not realizing that part of what isn't there is the familiar, normalized energy pattern from the past. The drama. And sometimes the drama feels oh so familiar. I don't know why I just started singing. It feels so familiar. So familiar. Familial. It's like one of my favorite things to say in my YouTube videos, by the way. Anytime I connect, I feel like a mad genius, like a scientist in the kitchen or something, in the lab, and I'm like, familiar, familial, bum, bum, bum. Is your mind blown? That a lot of the familiar patterns you attract are familiar, also feel like family. Did your mind explode? Hope you're okay. So, absorbing other people's energy. It's not that you don't want to absorb other people's energy. You just don't want to absorb toxic people's energies. But at the same time, you don't want to need other people's energy to sustain yourself. There is a certain level. Here's the other thing you get to learn if you absorb other people's energy. Very important. Learn how to be in your own sense of self. Learn how to be in your own frame of reality. Learn how to be present inside of your body. That's magnetic, by the way. People will treat you differently when you are present inside of your body and you don't need anything from them. Because ultimately, narcissist, empath, or empath, energy vampire, whatever you want to call it. And by the way, what is an energy vampire? An energy vampire is somebody that needs someone else's energy in order to sustain themselves, like a vampire would like get someone's blood. Well, in a weird, little, twisted way, you're not going to like me saying this, but I'm going to say it. Somebody that is an empath, that can feel other people's energy, that is absorbing other people's energy, is getting something from someone else. So in a weird, twisted little way, it's like a covert energy vampire. Now, I'm not saying you have to feel shame about this. I'm just saying there's a payoff there. I mean, my goal is videos to help you become aware of what the payoff is and how to give yourself the payoff so that you stop attracting the toxic energy. And ultimately, that you are absorbing their energy because there's a part of you that has normalized it, which is also part of the old energy vampire thing. So when people say I'm attracting an energy vampire, I'm attracting someone that's taking my energy, you're also attracting the narcissist or the energy vampire that you're getting an energetic hit from too. Whether it's their frame of reality, their certainty that they have. I'm just trying to help you become aware of the pattern. I'm not saying you have to live in it. I'm not saying there's shame, you need to like stay in this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm saying that this energy, once you become aware that, I know when I became aware that there were certain aspects of my personality and my ego that was, in a way, desiring drama in my life, and I was attracting certain personality dynamics into my life that I had to constantly fight against, which was a replayed energy of the whole ex-stepmom energy when I was a kid, like 7 to 17 years old. I became aware of it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Well, I'm getting something from it. From this controlling person, this person that's very hard to please, I'm getting from that a familiar, normalized childhood pattern from the past that I have normalized. And what is the lesson here for me? And the lesson for me was to look at my beliefs about my own frame of reality and to not also, I had to stop. There were times where when there were certain people in my life, there was a certain almost gaslighty type thing. It's called, I had a shadow work coach, and she called this DARVO, D-A-R-V-O. It means deny, attack, reverse, victim to offender. And it was crazy when I saw this, by the way, because I learned about this and then I had a conversation with someone, and it was like they're not people that are manipulators are not aware that they do this, by the way. This DARVO thing, deny, attack, reverse, victim of offender. I literally was blown away when I was talking to someone, and it was like over and over and over again. They would do this thing where they would deny whatever, like, so if I were to express how I was feeling to someone, they would then deny whatever was being sent. And then what they would do is they would attack back. They'd be like, you're doing this. This is how you're being. And then what they would do is they would reverse victim to offender to where then it's like the sense of reality is, wait, I felt this way around you and I expressed that, and then now it's like I'm the victim. It's basically saying, what are you talking about? I'm the victim. You did this and you don't know this and you don't know this. And this DARVO thing, it was mind-blowing of how often it would happen. But once I became aware of it, I stopped engaging with it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it go. Not let it go like be passive, but like let it go like I'm letting go of the relationship. So DARVO is a mechanism that energy vampires and manipulators use to distort other people's sense of reality. But here is the thing about this. When you start reestablishing your own sense of reality, you start being in your sense of power. And maybe these people are in your life to show you that you can get into your own frame of reality. Maybe they're here to show you that you can feel safe inside of your own body. And that you don't need to, that form of gaslight, that form of energy is something that you can learn how to separate from yourself, which brings me to my next point of the one most powerful things I've ever learned how to do, which was the frame technique. The frame technique, which is feeling safe inside of your own body and feeling the separation between you and someone else. And here's the thing. When you start letting go of this emotion and this drama of this other person, normally, this is so good. Normally what happens is when there's an empath that can feel other people's energy, that's absorbing other people's energy, there's some form of blame story. The blame is mom or dad did this to me. This other person is taking my energy. There is a loss of power. So if somebody else is taking your energy, you are the victim. As if you don't have a choice. As if your energy is just so easy for people to come up like a buffet and help themselves. So another thing you can become aware of is, what is your belief about yourself? Step into your power and realize no one can take your energy without your consent and without you deciding to give it up. But if you've normalized giving it up, then it will be a challenge. But you are not a buffet. You get to choose how much you give away your energy and who you give your energy away to. But if you normalize giving it away to people that you don't want to give it away to, you've also probably normalized giving it away in exchange for something from them. Even if it's a toxic dynamic that's been familiarized since being a kid. So the frame technique is separation. It's called subject-object. It's a form of individuation is really what it is. Individuating from mom and dad, knowing that's your stuff, not mine. The tension in the household growing up is your stuff, not mine. And then making the choice to feel safe inside your own frame of reality. And what this frame technique is feeling the separation between you and a candle flame. You and your friend. You and your ex. You and whatever. Feel safe. Feel the separation, because empaths are so good at feeling connected to everything that they end up absorbing other people's energies. And what they really need is to feel the separation, feel the space in between you and a candle, and let that be a metaphor for feeling the separation between you and someone else. And I have a whole video on this, by the way, on the frame technique that I'll link at the end of this video. However, that's the key to feeling safe in your own frame of reality and understand. This is where you start to become aware of, who am I? When I was letting go of certain relationships, I realized, wait, who am I really? I know what I'm really about. I started to step more into leadership in a different way. And then I started to feel more empowered. So with this, what ended up happening from that is I ended up knowing myself more. This is a process of becoming more aware of who you are, how you choose to live through reality, and letting go of the victim mentality. Letting go of believing you're a victim and there's blame because it's someone else's problem, it's someone else's fault. It's no one's fault. You have to take responsibility. And then make a choice that I'm not going to keep getting these dirty highs off of absorbing someone else's energy, and understand that you're getting something from that, first off, from absorbing their energy, whether it's the story of, do you see how I'm always doing this? Or I can fix. Also, they tolerate narcissists and energy vampires because it's like, I can fix them. If I can fix them, then I'll have them the way I want and they'll be with me forever, because who else is going to fix them? But you want to let go of the fix-it energy, because when you try to fix someone else, you also are imposing that there's something wrong with them. So instead, what you want to do is you want to focus more on yourself. Focus more on being in your own frame of reality. And as you begin to do that, you begin to feel safe. It changes everything about yourself. But understand, it's not that you want to stop absorbing other people's energies. You want to just surround yourself with people you enjoy being around, but you don't want to need their energy. You want to also give positive energy, so that you're giving back to the container, But understand that this is more about the awareness of the different familiar pattern dynamics and the energies from which you were the kid that you have normalized. And then starting to draw your sense of source from within. Start to become aware of the patterns, and then you stop living in them because you realize you don't need the payoff anymore. So something I'm going to be doing too is a workshop in my new community. It's completely free. It's called High Vibe Tribe. I am putting a $1,000 course in there for free called High Vibe 101. It is a beta course that I would like you to go through, and there'll be breath work, there's how to meditate, there's the frame technique of like feeling safe inside your own body, your beliefs create your reality, self-image work, guided meditations that aren't on YouTube. It's a $1,000 course for free. I'm looking for beta testers. If you join the community, you will get access to that. You can go ahead and click the link below. And then also, if you want to check out that of the frame technique, I'm going to go ahead and pitch that, or I'm going to go ahead and put that video right here. Watch this video and do this meditation for 21 days and watch what happens. This very well may be one of the most powerful meditations you ever do in your life.